This question is related to the bonding and structure. The diagram shows a part of ionic structure. Which compound does the diagram represent? So as you see this structure, this given indication, it looks like a lattice of ionic compound because it has oppositely like a regular arrangement of oppositely charged ions. So this given idea, this should be an ionic compound. So which is potassium bromide is ionic. Sodium oxide is also ionic. Magnesium chloride is also ionic. Carbon monoxide is not ionic. That's the first thing. The second is the positive ions look smaller than the negative ion. Okay. So when we compare the size of the ions, because like potassium, which compound does the diagram represent? You have a positive and negative ions are there. It should be ionic. So three of them are ionic. Now, when you compare the periodic table, check the periodic table. The potassium, check the size. Just a minute, I will share the periodic table. So this is representing a periodic table. If you see the last diagram, the positive ions look smaller and the negative ions look larger. Okay. And we were having options. What were the options? The options were potassium bromide, KBr was there. The second option was sodium oxide was there. And there was an option magnesium chloride, MgCl2. These were the options which were given to us. If it was a sodium oxide was there, then what is the ratio between them? Like comparing the size as well. What is the size of a sodium ion? Here is sodium. So the size of a sodium ion, sodium is 11 proton, but when it loses electrons, so 2,8, because it lost one electron. That will be the sodium ion. Oxide, oxygen is there. Group 6, it will gain 2 electrons, so oxygen will be -2. So the configuration will be 2,8. So if it was a sodium oxide, then it should have a same size because they will have the same number of electron. So the positive and negative ion should be equal in size. So it means it cannot be sodium oxide. Because according to the question, the positive ions are smaller and the negative ions are larger. If you check the option magnesium chloride, here is magnesium, the configuration of a magnesium. Because it loses 2 electrons, it will be 2,8. Magnesium ion. And the chloride ion, what should be the configuration for the chloride ion? It will be 2,8,8. So this give an idea, like it might be magnesium chloride. That is one possibility is there. That one magnesium, which is +2, will have a smaller size and a chloride will be larger in size. Then it might be potassium bromide as well. If you check the potassium bromide, because the positive ions, the size of a potassium will be smaller. Why? Because when it loses electron, the number of the shell decreases. So it will become 2,8,8. But the bromide is there, which is 35. It will gain electron. So it will have 4 shells. So it can be potassium bromide. So we are left with 2 options. One is KBr, potassium bromide. Another one is a magnesium chloride. Both cases, the positive ions are smaller and the negative ions are larger. But if it was a magnesium chloride, then what is the ratio between the positive and the negative ion? The ratio between the positive and negative ion is 1:2. If it was a potassium bromide, so what should be the ratio? The ratio should be 1:1. So as you can see, the number of the positive and the negative ions. What is the ratio between the number of positive and negative ions? When you compare. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 positive ions. And how many negative ions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 negative ions. So what is the ratio between them? 1:1. So which compound is having a ratio 1:1 between a positive? Because potassium bromide, KBr, it will be 1:1. Sodium oxide, it will be 2:1. Magnesium chloride, 1:2. And this is not at all the ionic compound. So we want the positive ion should be smaller, negative should be larger, and the ratio between the positive and negative ion should be 1:1 here in the given diagram. Is it clear?